My video for January the 10th, 2019, video number 2961, is entitled Celebrities' Dark Agenda Revealed at Gitmo. Some people may think that it is only the crooked politicians that will face the military tribunals taking place at Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay, in Cuba. Treason, however, is much bigger than simply political malfeasance. Those responsible for the crimes against humanity, i.e. the politicians involved, could not pull off their felonies without using celebrities to help swindle and deceive the masses of humanity. These famous individuals have achieved their fame and fortune by being the faces of the scam, faces familiar to the average Joe or Jane Doe everywhere. They are often used as mouthpieces to advance the criminal enterprise of the elite establishment. Many of these well-known idols have also been involved in the pedophilia network so rampant in our society for generations. I wish I could say it ain't so, but unfortunately, that is not the whole truth. Will we ever know the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Perhaps not. But at least the exposure will open many eyes to the enormity of the problem that has faced humanity for millennia. In addition, folks, it is more than the political and celebrity folks involved. We still have to take the religious and financial aspects into account. The finger will inevitably point to key role players throughout human society. Could this be the unveiling of the scam behind the curtain, the great deception? And I had a wrong word in there. I've got to remember to go back when I finish recording and fix that. Anyway, this is a humongous subject with tentacles that simply go everywhere. And if humanity is ever to be set free from the bondage of the lies. And that's what it is, folks. It's the bondage of being told lies. That's the base of the whole thing. Somehow a liar or a network of liars took control of the whole planet and infiltrated all aspects of human culture. Were our codons turned off so that we wouldn't see the bigger picture, so that we were narrowed down to just a small segment, and we couldn't see what the right hand was doing, the right hand couldn't see what the left hand was doing, so to speak. We didn't know that our neighbors were actually part of us, just like us, so we were put at war with them. This picture of human life on planet Earth is a big picture. And it's something that we're going to have to come to grips with and come to terms with if we're going to be liberated from the deception. And I wish I could say that the celebrities were not part of it, but they are part of it. And by celebrities, I don't just mean movie stars and people that you'd see on the big screens, as we call it. No, I mean famous news people, famous people that have risen to their fame in many aspects, because the whole culture is permeated with this stuff. It's permeated by the lie, by the deception. That's why I say it's the great deception, and it's the scam behind the curtain. It's not just the man behind the curtain, it's the scam. The man behind the curtain is just symbolic of, again, a bigger picture. And we've got to be able to come to terms with that bigger picture if we're going to become free, if we're going to be equally empowered and equally enriched. And if you look at the world, there is no equality. Equality, what's that? It's a concept that makes a lot of sense in isolation, but it's not how the world works. There is no equality. There is gross inequality. Who did this and who is responsible? I know eventually I've got to go back to where I pointed the finger before. It's at whatever God is the ultimate responsibility. But people don't like to hear that. People don't like to hear that it's God's responsibility, because it's all our fault. That's where everybody wants to put the blame. It's all us. It's all us. But again, who is us? Who are we? We are just simply human beings that don't have the capacity in most cases to look beyond our noses, to look beyond the present and see the past and the future as being part of the present. It's all part of a singular whole. But we don't know that. We have forgotten that. We have been lied to over and over and over. And so I see what's taking place at Gitmo in my idealistic viewpoint. I see it as exposing many of the key role players, not just, again, in the political aspect, but the entertainment aspect, the news aspect, the celebrity aspect. We have to look at this because it involves us, folks. And pedophilia, hopefully, will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Again, I speak proverbially. That's the cliche. And we need to see that. These are not just throwaway terms. These are terms that we have to take a look at. We have to be able to see the bigger picture. And ultimately, folks, we have to see where you and I have played the role. Inadvertently or not, we have been part of this big scam. None of us has the whole truth and nothing but the truth. None of us, not me either, folks. I want you to understand that I'm not simply pointing a finger at those bad people, because by pointing a finger at them, I have to be very introspective as to how I have missed the boat and missed the mark and been off target. Again, not because of it being intentionally so, but because I didn't have all the facts. I didn't have all the information necessary to make an intelligent and wise decision. And I want to encourage you to, again, not just put the blame out there, but take personal responsibility for your thoughts, for your actions, for your words, because these are the things that shape human culture. These are the things that either separate or bind us together. And I don't mean by bind us together as a bad thing. I mean bind us together as a necessary thing. We need to recognize that we are part of a greater whole. We are not separate entities, each going our own way. There is individual freedom, but there's also personal responsibility. And I'm encouraging each of you, each of us, to take personal responsibility for our own lives as we look at this drama that's unfolding before us. And it's for our benefit if we can see the bigger picture, if we can begin to see that perhaps love is finally revealing the things that have been hidden, so that we can have a greater understanding and make wiser decisions on how we're going to create the future that we will experience together, because we are one family of many kinds and many colors and many religions and many viewpoints, but we are one people, a human family. Thank you, folks, for listening, and namaste.